All right, another weekend in September. So we'll go for another couple peaks here. Today, we're gonna go for two more 14ers. I get this to focus. Two more 14ers. Castle, and Conundrum Peak via the standard route. So we're down in the Aspen area. Drove down to Aspen. Just woke up really early. Left my apartment this morning at 1:15. Got here about 5:15. Didn't start till like 5:50. But my first time experiencing the Aspen Snow Mass Maroon Bells Wilderness, so this should be pretty good. Shouldn't be as difficult as last week. Started at the two-wheel drive trailhead. I should have driven further up. My truck could have easily made it to like 11.5 or so, but it's not about the peaks for me. It's also about the physical challenge. So the two-wheel drive trailhead had 6 miles round trip and about 1,500 feet or so of elevation gain. But overall 14 miles, 5,500 vertical feet or so. So it's just another day out here. But I started later because I'll get done quicker today than I did last week with the Crestones. So it's just after 7 o'clock. Sun's coming up. We're gonna do a quick jolt up and down. We got about 100% chance of snow later, even potentially down to 9,000 feet. So I don't want to be stuck out here when it starts to do that. So hopefully we can finish in like 7 hours or so, then head back home. But we'll show some video of the route the rest of the way up. Okay, next little checkpoint here. So we're about 12,800 feet, 5.4 miles and 3,000 feet in 2 hours. 2 hours in from the start of the trailhead. Cars can actually make it all the way up this old mine road that I've been following all the way up. But this is where it ends. No cars up here today though. So this is the head wall here. So we gotta climb up some steep, loose rock there to the head wall, and then we'll head over this way. That's Castle Peak, I'm pretty sure there. And then this is the saddle and the ridge up to Conundrum, which I don't believe that's Conundrum. I believe Conundrum is behind that, the true summit. I think that's a false summit. So what we'll do is we'll climb up here, up to Castle, across the ridge to Conundrum. Actually, you may be able to see it up there. And then we'll go back up to Castle and back around. There is a route right here that you can come down, but it's a scree fest down there. And if there was snow, I would take it. I would have brought my ice axe and did a little glissade on down. But right now it's no snow, steep scree fest, so I'm not going to do that. So we'll gain the extra elevation going to Castle, which is fine. So that's the plan. We'll keep trucking along. Okay, made it out the head wall. So we're gonna climb. There's a trail all the way up, but it's pretty steep and loose. Kind of flattens out here. Then it gets a little more difficult right here. We gotta go, I think, behind those, climb down, and then back up to Castle Peak there. And this is the ridge to Conundrum, which is right there. So that's the way we're going. The winter route down, there's some people up there probably contemplating if they want to go down. But it goes down that little gully there, straight to the lake and then back out. But man, that is like 45-degree angle. That is so steep. There's no way I'm doing that. So I'm just gonna go back over to Castle and then back down the standard route. Okay, a little bit higher up. So we're gonna climb up there where those guys are. Then I saw some people up here. So the route goes over that and then back down to Castle. And then the ridge to Conundrum. And then some people are actually descending that Scree Fest. You can see the guy right there. Right there. Pretty crazy. That's where we came from. So we've been coming up this steep slope because we started down there. I shot my last video right there. So we'll keep going. All right, lost the ridge for a little bit, but climbed up some sketchy loose rock and made it back to the top. So we've been climbing directly on the ridge. We got about 100 feet left until Castle Peak there. So we'll down climb here, and then there's a faint trail that kind of goes up all the way. And then Conundrum's actually right there, not right there, like I said. But that's our route there. See you at the top. All right, number 45, Castle Peak at 14,265 feet. So over here, if you look, we got to climb all the way down there to that saddle or that ridge line between here and Conundrum, which is right there. So that's where we'll be going next. We just climbed up here like this, and then up this ridge and down, and then back up to the top here. So far, 6.5 miles, 4,500 vertical feet, just over 3 hours, about 3 hours 15 minutes or so, averaging a 30-minute pace. So doing actually really good. Feeling well. Surrounded by mountains, which is just incredible up here. And then over here is the closest I've been, but those are some peaks I'm having to do next summer. Pyramid Peak, North Maroon, or Maroon Peak, North Maroon Peak, Snowmass, and then Capitol Peak. All very difficult mountains to climb. I'm hoping to tag those last on my journey to finishing the 58. Hopefully Capitol last. That's kind of what I'm planning on. But yeah, we'll take a little rest here. It's just after 9 o'clock. We'll take a little rest and then head on over to Conundrum and then scurry on down. Alright, sitting in the middle of the saddle here, super windy and cold. We just down climbed this. That's Castle Peak. Between the two peaks here, looking back at Castle Peak there. So we just down climbed that, following the ridge around. We came from down here, you can see the mining road there. We came up this way up to about there, and then we climbed up that ridge, followed it all the way down, climbed a little bit, and then up there. That is a spectacular view right there. I'm standing right above that gully, that steep gully that we saw those people come down over there on my video somewhere over there. So that's where I'm standing now. So we'll keep going up towards the mountain. But it's cold and windy, but a beautiful day. All right, I have a to myself up here, so I'll video from here if you can hear me. We're at the summit of Conundrum Peak. It's actually right there. but we're pretty much right there too. 14,022 feet. Looking back at the way we came here, there's the old mine road, Castle Peak, the ridge we just came down, and over here looking into the Snowmass Maroon Bells Wilderness. So right there are the bells, the famous Maroon Bells. Pyramid Peak, Maroon Peak, and then North Maroon Peak. Snowmass is right between those two little summits. The capital's right there. I gotta do all those next year. It's gonna be a fun summer next year trying to get those. So not too far. It's another half. It was like another half mile down the ridge there. Another 300 feet up. So we'll go back. We're gonna go back that way instead of descending here. So we'll gain another 400 or 500 feet to go back to Castle, and then back down the standard route. But you can see some nice fall colors over there. Some nice aspen groves, kind of all over the place. So it's fall up here in the high country. Snow will be flying tonight. So we'll keep working. Conundrum, and then back to Castle after that. Going back up to Castle Peak along the ridge here. The views right now are just fantastic. So I'm working my way down from Castle Peak along the ridge. So we're following this. So there's Castle, Maroon Bells, Conundrum over there, and then looking back down to the basin where we started. So we're gonna head down there. You can see the trail right there. So we'll come this way, kind of zigzag down, and then around to the road, and then smooth sailing from there. You can see some good fall colors from here. All the aspen groves are changing. Really nice out here. This is spectacular. All right, made it back down to the mining road. It wasn't very good lighting in the morning, so I'm taking a few pictures and I'll do a little video too of the mining road. So it's going to be about 4.5 more miles down on this road, but there's great views through the valley here. Great views through the valley here. Take a couple pics. But there used to be an old mine right there, so that's why this road is here. This is where we came from. The head wall there, and then Castle and Conundrum are behind there. So we'll keep working our way down like usual, but I don't think it's going to be quite 14 miles and almost 5,000 feet. So we'll get a number at the end, but another awesome day out here. Really warmed up. I was a little worried this morning when it was 32 degrees, but it's about in the 60s out here. It's nice. All right, I'll do my follow-up video now since I remembered, but I'm just walking I'm walking through a aspen grove right now, and all the leaves are changing, and it's really pretty out here. Lots of yellow, red, orange. Too bad it only happens for 2 weeks a year, but they're definitely peaking for sure. So we got like a mile back to the trailhead, making pretty good time. Probably be like a 34-minute pace when it's all said and done. So a great time actually. But like, yeah, it'll be maybe 13.6 miles and almost 5,000 feet of vertical gain. So another good day in the mountains. So this brings my total to 46. So only 12 left, and I do plan to do Humboldt Peak before the end of October sometime. So that'll get one more, 47, then just 11. And I'm gonna make a big push next summer for summer and fall for the remaining 11. Gotta do what I gotta do. I'll probably have to do a couple backpacking trips for a couple of days to knock them out due to reservation systems and accessibility and troubles with that. So make a big push for it next summer for sure. And that was my original goal, was to finish by the end of October in 2022. So we're on pace. I wasn't so sure earlier this year when I only had 3 in July or 2 in July. But this is my 8th and 9th 14er in September. I'm bringing my total to 14 for the year, so really made up for it. But yeah, I'm just gonna soak in the fall weather. Before you know it, in a month or so, it's gonna be snowing 2 feet out here, so I gotta prepare myself for that. Anyways, I'll probably head back over Independence Pass on the way back and check out some more scenery and see if there's any more aspens up there that I can take pictures of. But overall, another great day in the mountains. And then we'll see what we get into over the next several weeks. Maybe nothing too crazy, unless the snow holds off. Then I might get a little crazy. We'll see. But until then, I'll figure out what I want to do. But we'll see you next time.